My ex showed up to my new apartment with a moving truck and his new girlfriend and expected me to help. My grandmother used to say that some people will take your coat right off your back and then ask why you're shivering. I was 26 years old before I understood exactly what she meant. I understood it on a Saturday morning in April, standing in my pajamas in a doorway I had only lived behind for 11 days. My name is Josephine, Joe, to most people. And this is the story of the morning that finally, completely, and permanently cured me of a 4-year habit named Callum. Callum and I broke up in February. Mutual, on paper. In reality, I had been emotionally packed and ready to leave for about 8 months before I actually did it. He wasn't cruel. I want to be fair about that. He was just permanently comfortable at my expense. The kind of person who never carries anything heavy as long as someone nearby might carry it for him. We had shared an apartment together for 2 of those 4 years, and when it ended, we agreed I would move out. I found a new place, packed my things, and left clean. No borrowed items still between us, no unfinished business. Or so I thought. I had been in my new apartment 11 days when I heard the knock. It was early, barely past 9 on a Saturday, the kind of morning I had planned to spend with coffee and absolutely no obligations. I answered the door in my pajama pants and an oversized hoodie, hair not even close to presentable. Callum was standing in my hallway. Behind him, slightly to the left, was a woman I didn't recognize. Pretty, uncertain expression, holding a cardboard box against her chest like a small shield. And behind her, visible through the still open stairwell door, was the unmistakable bulk of a moving truck parked outside my building. I stared at him for a full 3 seconds before I spoke. He explained it with the casual ease of someone describing a minor errand. He and his new girlfriend, Petra, he said, gesturing toward the woman with the box, had just signed a lease on a place 2 floors above mine. Same building. He found out through a mutual friend I'd mentioned the complex. Thought it was a great neighborhood. One thing led to another. He laughed a little at the end of this explanation, the laugh he always used when he wanted something to seem smaller than it was. Then he said they could really use an extra set of hands with the heavy furniture. I want to pause here and acknowledge the absolute breathtaking nerve of that sentence. He had moved himself and his girlfriend, his new girlfriend, who he had presumably started seeing somewhere in the rubble of our relationship, into my building, where I had come specifically to build a life that had nothing to do with him. And then he knocked on my door at 9 in the morning and asked me to help carry his couch. Petra, to her credit, looked like she wanted to dissolve into the floor. She hadn't known I lived here. I could tell by the way her eyes moved between us that she was doing the math in real time and did not love the answer she kept arriving at. I looked at Callum for a long moment. I thought about 4 years. I thought about the countless times I had carried things, literally and otherwise, because it was easier than watching him struggle. I thought about the 8 months I had stayed when I should have left, the energy I had spent making peace with things that deserved no peace. Then I told him very kindly and very clearly that I was not going to help. I wished Petra good luck, and I meant it genuinely, because she was going to need it. Then I closed my door, put my back against it, and finished my coffee while it was still hot. He knocked one more time, 20 minutes later. I didn't answer. My grandmother was right about the coat. She was right about a lot of things. But the part she never mentioned, the part I had to learn on my own, is that you are also allowed to close the door.